Our first guest tonight is an exceedingly talented Golden Globe and Critics' Choice Award-winning actor with her very own Super Bowl right around the corner, the Academy Awards, at which she was nominated for her role in Emilia Pérez. Please welcome Zoe Saldaña. See you.
Good to see you, too.
I kind of feel bad now because I realized for many years I've been pronouncing your name incorrectly. It's Saldaña with a tilde.
No, but you haven't been pronouncing it incorrectly. In my birth certificate, it's Zoe Saldaña.
Oh.
I think that back in the day, they just didn't even ask. They were just like, oh, Zoe Saldaña, it'll be Saldaña. The Enya doesn't exist. And then one day, I kind of realized that I like my name the way it's originally spelled, and I started saying it.
You know what? That happened to lasagna, too. It was originally lasagna, and then it was like, you know what? I'm Italian. I'm going with lasagna.
It's so true. Actually, you have a point.
You've had a good weekend. You won the Critics' Choice Award on Friday night. You won the Golden Globe last month. Your husband, Marco, may not have had as good a night as he possibly could have. Well, I believe we have the clip.
Oh, no.
My husband's back from the bathroom. He really went to the bathroom. Ho vinto, amore.
He went to the bathroom.
You see him in the background, just
Yeah,
like
I think we
running
have it in slow motion. You can see him running in. Yeah. That's not good timing,
But
is it?
it was so funny because I would say like 10 minutes before, he's starting to do the pee-pee dance.
No.
And he's like, I really have to go, I really have to go. I'm like, Marco, not now. He's like, well, when is your category? I'm like, I don't know. And then he's asking everybody at the table, excuse me, when is Zoe category? When is Zoe category? Nobody really understands. I'm like, Marco, just go now or never, or just, pee here in the chair. He's like, okay, I'll be right back, I promise. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I don't, please, okay. And then when they called my name, then,
You were like, you had nobody to turn and kiss.
No, I was gonna say that I was wishing not to win, but that's not true. I was wishing to, for my name to be called and for my husband to be back from the bathroom. That's what
I don't think you've seen this footage. We were able to dig up the security camera footage in the bathroom, and you could see that your husband really was helping, really was rushing to. Now, you know what? We'll just leave it right there because, we don't want anybody.
He was really doing the pee-pee dance.
This is your first Oscar nomination, right?
Yes.
So he should probably not have anything to drink at all that night.
No, I think at the Oscars, no drinks
That's
past, like,
unforgivable
noon. Yeah.
if he were to miss that. And that's exciting, and congratulations to you. And we're going to show a clip from the movie in a minute. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
I didn't.
You did not.
It was my one day off. We've been going really hard on this campaign for Emilia Pérez, and kudos to Netflix. They've been so supportive. And yesterday was my day off, so I was just with my boys because my husband's traveling, and my boys have really long hair, so I was cutting their hair.
Oh, you do haircuts?
Well, they don't want to go to the barber.
Yeah.
I begged them. I'm like, why don't we just go for breakfast and go to the barber? And they're like, no, you cut it. So there I was, like, cutting their hair, like 5 inches to one, 4 inches to the other, 3 inches to, it's like I was just cutting. And then I missed Kendrick Lamar's performance because usually when I do watch it, I watch more for halftime.
Right, yeah.
And, but I heard that his jeans broke the internet. So I'm gonna go on Net-a-Porter and I'm gonna buy those pair of jeans.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a
They
flair
looked
to
amazing,
them.
by the way. And
Yeah.
he's such a great artist. Sai, one of my twins, asked me that night. He goes, when will I be old enough to listen to Kendrick Lamar?
Oh, really? What's the answer?
I would say like maybe 14, 15,
Yeah.
but he's 10 now, so...
Yeah.
But he's a wonderful artist. I told Sai he's a wonderful artist, and when you're old enough, you'll be able to listen and enjoy his music.
Did you like sports when you were a kid?
I did. I've always been really sporty. I danced ballet when I was younger, but I loved going to watch baseball with my parents because I'm with my grandparents. I grew up in Queens and Jackson Heights.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we were like walking distance to Shea Stadium.
Oh, wow.
And we would go all the time.
What year are we talking about here?
I would say like the 80s.
Oh,
Remember 1986?
I remember it well, yes, I
Let's
do.
go,
I'm a Mets
Mets!
fan,
Let's do it again!
Oh,
Yep.
did you go to games in 1986?
Yeah.
With your grandparents?
Yeah, I must have been like, what, like 6, 7.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's exciting.
And then we left for Dominican Republic for 7 years, and when I came back, I was 16, and then we began to go again, and it was amazing. But when I was young, my grandparents were already retired, and they were very thrifty, and it was always about saving money. So we would cook all the meals at home, and then go to the stadium and watch the game. And I remember I made it insufferable
With
for
the
them.
food?
With the food. But
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
talking about like, hot dogs and a sandwich. I'm talking about like fried pork chops and rice and beans. So we're like the only ones like passing like big plates of food. I'm like, thanks, Grandma.
Oh, you didn't want it, yeah.
No, I wanted the peanuts. I wanted the
I
hot
can totally
dog.
relate to that. When we would go to the movies, I go with all my cousins, and they drop us off at like 9 in the morning. We'd be there for the whole day. My grandmother, we had no money, so she would pack the food, including popcorn, which is bringing your own popcorn to the movies
amazing.
is as low as it gets. Popcorn always burnt. My cousin Ann, she was the oldest. She was like 11. She'd be dragging looked like a laundry bag full of snacks in. And the mean teenagers who ran the theater would confiscate it from us at least half of the time.
And eat it. They
Yeah.
probably would eat all that food. But wait, what kind of food would your grandma pack for you?
She would pack like Italian, like meatball sandwiches
Lasagna?
and that kind of stuff. No lasagna. That was nothing that involved a fork. But if it was, yeah, we had that same thing, and we hated it. And it's funny because looking back, that food was much better than whatever we were. It's certainly better than the hot dogs at
It's
Chase
so
Stadium,
true.
probably,
And
right?
raisinets. We're like having raisinets. I remember I would beg my grandparents the whole time they're trying to watch the game, and I'm like, please, it's just one peanut, one peanut. And they're like, stop it.
I would have
And I'm
loved
like with
to
my
have
pork
Raisinets.
chop, like, what am I having?
You know, instead of Raisinets, my grandmother would grab old grapes, she'd spray them with hairspray and throw them in a bag. Now I'm making things up, but...
those were the days.
The spirit, you get the spirit.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll see a clip from Emilia Pérez. Zoe Saldaña is with us. We'll be right back.
Es una historia de amor. Vuelvo a los hechos. ¿De qué hablamos hoy y ahora? ¿De justicia que se compra? Con veredictos pagados que engordan periódicos, cuellos cortados al lado derecho, las chicas bonitas al lado izquierdo y el nuevo corriendo en las calles. Con veredictos pagados, cuellos cortados, las chicas bonitas.
That is Zoe Saldaña, which you can see on Netflix. And, boy, you were fantastic in this movie.
Thank
I've
you.
never seen a movie like this movie before. I really haven't. I mean that in a very complimentary way.
I haven't either.
It's totally original. You play, for those who haven't seen it, and people should see it, you play a lawyer who gets involved with a drug lord and gets a very unusual request from that drug lord.
Absolutely.
Can you say what it is, or do you feel it ruins the plot to say
I
what it
think it ruins the
Okay.
plot because, just like you said, it's a film with a story that's unlike anything we've seen. But all that I want to say for people, if they're curious to watch Emilia Pérez, it is a story about 4 women on their journey to find their most authentic selves. And these women are completely diverse from each other and truly complex characters, but deserving of love nonetheless. And it's a provocative and very bold story that Jacques Audiard wrote and directed, and I'm just so very proud to be a part of it.
And fun to watch also.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it is fun to watch. It's if you were to describe it literally, I go, yeah, I'm not going to go see that. But I did see it, and it's really good. And it's in Spanish and English, and the director is French, which blew me away to
my
learn
God.
that afterwards. That seems like like a huge mark to hit for your director.
I mean, we made Duolingo a very rich app. You would think, but no. In the beginning, there was a lot of translators around, but then after a while, you fall into like this cadence that defies language, where, when you have a desire to connect with a human being, to communicate, you will find a way. And we were all there for the common goal of creating a wonderful story. There were moments in which Jacques would be sitting in Video Village, and I would finish a take, and as he's walking towards me, I would go, no, oui, je connais. And then I knew what he wanted, and then there were other moments in which I would go, what?
Yeah, I would imagine that to be true. Now, I read that you can cry on command, which is a great gift for an actor to have. Is that true that you
I
can?
hope so. I don't know why I opened my big mouth and I said that.
Do you ever use that, like when you get pulled over or anything like that? Have you used that?
Well, knock on wood, I have not gotten pulled over, ever. But
Never?
I did, no.
Oh, you grew up in New
on wood.
York, is why, probably.
But
right?
I used to use it a lot when I was a little girl, and maybe that's why I followed a path in acting. And I have sons, so maybe when they get older and they're no longer paying attention to me, maybe I'll use it to make them feel guilty. I don't know, but I'm trying not to.
So it's one thing to cry when you're in the middle of a movie script, an emotional scene. Now, I'm wondering, I really want to put you to the test here.
What do you
Can
mean?
you cry
No.
reading an IHOP menu?
Oh my God.
Well, let's see what we have here.
Are you serious? I can't do that.
Let's see. I bet you can. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. There you go. There's a couple of items. Just pick whatever you want to read, and let's see if you can do this. Take as much time.
Wait, I
as
gotta
you
get
need.
in the moment.
Okay. I'm getting tearful just hearing the music.
Hi. May I please have a buttermilk biscuit filled with 2 fried eggs, American cheese, 2 strips of grease-smoked bacon, and cheese sauce. How's that?
Oh, wow. Okay.
That was...
Oh, you did. I just I didn't see any tears, and then they came right there. Tears.
Guys,
the
I don't
tears
know.
were like the dessert. Wow, that's impressive. Now do it in Spanish and French.
All right.
Zoe Saldaña, everybody. Emilia Pérez. We'll be back with Patrick Schwarzenegger. Guillermo, do you know how many subscribers we have on YouTube now?
20 million.
That's right. Yeah, that's why we're wearing these glasses. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not, help us get to 20,000,001.